Junkie Racing. I want to bring to you today a long-term review on the CSR Elite from Fanatec. I myself had this wheel for 2 years. Got it 2 years ago around Christmas time. Great Christmas present. Just to go briefly over some of the button layouts and what this wheel actually comes with. It comes with 8 buttons that you can program for whatever use you want. Looking left, looking right, up, down. It's got 2 paddle shifters. It's got a removable wheel that you can actually remove this wheel and get an F1 style wheel instead of the one that comes with it. Both are great. This is a little bit bigger. The F1 style, of course, is a little bit smaller. Great for running Formula 1 racing, of course, or open kart racing on like iRacing or R-Factor or games like that, or sims like that. This is an all-metal construction. It has a see-through open area here, kind of Ferrari-like is what they're really going for, where you can see the motors in here. I call it the engine bay. It's gorgeous looking in here and seeing what's going on when you're turning the wheels and stuff. It comes with this reddish-orange paint job. It's got a nice big fans in here that keep everything cool. I've actually left this thing on overnight, and it was so quiet I just completely forgot about it. Left it on overnight, nothing ever happens to it. I use this thing mainly for iRacing and Assetto Corsa and Formula F1 2013 right now. I got rid of my Xbox, but this is Xbox compatible. Actually, what this is compatible with is PS3, Xbox 360, and the PC, of course. It will not work with your new PS4s or your Xbox Ones. They should hopefully be coming out with something that will work for that. Now, as far as driving, what I really like about this wheel is how smooth it is. Some of the older wheels, I started with Fanatec stuff, with the Porsche 911 GT2. And it was a gear-driven wheel, when this is a belt-driven wheel. When you were on center, you always had this little notch you had to overcome. And it really messed you up setting up in the curves, because you had to kind of overcome this notch. You'd hit this little notch, and then all of a sudden it was a little bit smooth. And it wore in like that too, later on. But this wheel, you have no notch, because it's very smooth action. You can just barely glide it off the center. There's no dead zone. Of course, you can set the dead zones on it, but there's no dead zone on it, and it's a real smooth operation. Now, the wheel actually has 2 motors in it, and you get great feedback from it. A lot of vibration. You feel the difference between running between cobblestone and rocky terrain like in Dirt 3, or just smooth pavement. You feel when your front wheels are slipping or your back wheels are chattering a little bit. It works really well. Now, that's what I really like the wheel, the force feedback. And I'm just going to play a video or show you some in-game of me using this wheel, and that'll explain it a little way better than me just telling you, hey, this wheel's awesome, go get one. It is awesome. You should go get one if you're interested in sim racing. I will say the only downsides that I've run across on this wheel are oh, that's my phone. The only downsides I've run across on this wheel is that the coated surface on this wheel are matte finish, and it has a little bit of it tends to flake off a little bit at the creases, because you got 2 of the wheels, 2 of the half wheel surfaces come together, and it has this seam across it. Now, you do kind of feel that seam when you're doing some drifting and you're grabbing on top of the wheel, moving back and forth, and it tends to flake off in those sections. I'll take a close-up picture of it. And also, the Alcantara leather is just here on the grips, which is mainly where you're always gripping the wheel anyways, but it tends to get a little worn down, loses some of its subtle feeling, but not not really too bad. I mean, for 2 years of use, I guess if you wore some gloves, which are pretty silly, I think, this would stay a lot more supple. But in a long-term test, this wheel holds up really well. The motors are still strong on it. The belts aren't slipping. The mechanics of it is great. It's just a little bit of a cosmetic difference, which is wear and tear. It's like any part you have, it will wear down. But this one has held up remarkably well. So from there, I'm just going to go in and show you some video of me playing in iRacing at Mid-Ohio. You can see how quick this thing jerks out of your hands. You'll run across, for instance, when you're in Dirt 3 and you're top of a hill and you go airborne, the steering wheel, when you're coming down, you may have it tentatively cocked sideways a little bit, and all of a sudden you hit the ground with front wheels because they're turned. It yanks up out of your hand. Or an iRacer, when you're going top in the apex of into a curve and it's just starting to spin up the rear end. It's coming around on you, and the wheel, just as front wheels are fighting to counter steer into it. You feel that. You feel when you're going slow onto the track and moving back and forth, kind of heating your tires a little bit. You feel that pavement underneath you. And all that gets amplified through the wheel itself. But also, if you have butt kickers and run programs like Sim Experience, which is what I'm running right now with one butt kicker, that amplifies what you feel through the wheel as well through your whole chassis of your setup. So in closing, I'll leave you with a video and you can check it out and see how well this wheel works. If you're in the market to get into sim racing, definitely check out Fanatec. They have great wheels. Their service is actually, I've heard bad things about their service, but I've always had really good luck with their service, with them getting back with me when I had issues. I'm running the Clubsport version 1 pedals, and I've had a load cell go out on me once, and they got back to me, sent me a whole new board, new load cell, just in case, just to cover all issues. But good service, high quality sim art looking wheel. It's a very, very beautiful wheel. But check out the video. Please subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I want to hear about it. Hey Trade Junkie fans, this is Larry again, giving some in-car footage. You probably won't be able to see the screen as well as I can, just from the glare of some of the lights in the camera, but hopefully it'll come out looking good. Main thing is concentrate on what the steering wheel is doing, and I'll try to give you some feedback of what I'm feeling through it. So get started. Now this wheel, you feel, like I was saying in the review, you feel the pavement. I feel the bumps when I'm running over here through the grass a little bit. And this is kind of basic. I mean, if you've ever messed with a wheel, you feel this stuff, but I'll go ahead and get a little faster. You can see kind of what it does. You feel that front brake give away, or the front end give away. A little spin up in the rear. Jerk of the wheel. Trying to catch the slide. Turn down a little bit so you can hear me talk. I missed that one. It's hard to talk and drive. Hit the wall. But that wheel's just spun out of my hands real easy.
Looks like your car is toast. You'll need to tow back to pit lane, press and hold your reset button, and we'll come and get you.
This is where buttons come in handy on your wheels, and if you have a button box and stuff, you can hit reset buttons and stuff. You hear a little vibration. It's from my butt kicker kicking in here. I'm running Sim Experience. See if I can get some little, feel that little back end spin out. Yanking around. I'm doing this on purpose, obviously, but just see how strong this wheel gets. You don't have to bring it back to center. It auto centers really easy. Different in a game like iRacing than what you would experience in Forza. Caught that, but see what the wheel did. Of course, I didn't quite catch it all the way. Yeah, it spins up the wheel. Pretty aggressive. That's part of what you hear about people breaking a finger with these things. I got the force feedback turned up all the way on the wheel itself, and then I'm controlling it in game around 50%. It's going to be different than your Forza and your Gran Turismo into games like iRacing or Forza or Factor. You're going to have a lot stronger forces in game with those sim racing games. You're not really going to want to turn up the force feedback all the way on a sim game like iRacing because it's just too strong. Playing console games, yeah, turning it up all the way is usually not too big of a deal, but you do get the same effects. It's not been violent. So I felt that front end pushing totally through the front end.
They say you cut the cord. You have to slow down and give up the fun game.
Serious. Spin it up a little bit, the wheel will be a little sideways on it. Drive's still nice and smooth, straight, and all that. Not a big deal, holds its line. Slide in there. So that back end kick out, you can tell from the wheel because it curves left and right on me. I know you can't quite see the screen as well as I can, but you can tell what the wheel's doing. That's really the purpose of this. This is mid to high full force. Driving like I'm driving too well. That's okay. Just want to show what the wheel does. A little bit too much. But you can see from how powerful this wheel is. Hopefully this helps demonstrate how violent these wheels could get. And of course, if it's too much for you, you can turn it down. I mean, it's a little stiff driving when you have the force feedback up. Some would say it's a little unrealistic in some cases, and I agree. little bit. I was able to ease off the brake a little bit to keep it just sliding forward. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there's the lid. Anyway, that puts it into perspective, I think, for how these wheels react. Great wheel.
Too much damage. We've got to fix it.
Yeah. Great wheels, lots of force feedback, and highly recommend them. Fanatec or any of the others that you favor, but this Fanatec CSR Elite, if you can find one of these are great wheels, as well as the other Fanatec products that I've tried. So anyway, that's it. Just want to give you a little brief how these wheels react on the track in iRacing, and hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe and let me know what you think. Thanks.